Hey, what's up? This is Raycito. I guess I'm in a video making mood right now, but on the last video, it cut off, and I was talking about this commercial that I used to see that helped me change my attitude. And talked about and by the way, let me introduce myself for those of you who may not know me. I'm one of the background niggas that used to be like an architect of West Coast hip hop behind the scenes. I never used to claim it, but then I realized, damn, I was the first black hip hop DJ in my area in Riverside when I got on 99.1 on that radio station. I was really the first black, but it was so watered down even then that I used to always go back home on Sunday on the Soul on Sunday program at KUCR in Riverside, which was like one of the original hip hop West Coast hip hop stations. So if you remember, West Coast hip hop was on top. I was behind the scenes running a lot of that shit, especially this little radio station that had this all black day of all black DJs doing our own thing. And we were doing our thing in a raw way. I mean, as raw as you can get it. I mean, I can't even tell you some of the shit we used to do, but they used to have us in the newspapers and have us in the trade magazines with some of the major radio stations. I mean, back then we was doing, back in 1982, 83, I think, the first black American election. We just skipped the regular election and just had the first black American election on the radio. It's like, fuck it, let's get into something black folk really want to do. You go back and read some articles and they'll tell you, oh, Raycito, that was the nigga you love to hate. Because that was a bold black nigga right there. As real as you can get it, as raw as you can get it. That's when hip hop was alive and well. But I changed my attitude too. And I changed my attitude and I was able to grow. But I remember seeing a TV commercial, I was talking about this in the last video, where they had a glass of water on the video. And an announcer comes on and he says, to the pessimist, the glass is half full. And you look down at the motherfucker and you're like, yeah, that is half empty. That is half empty. And then the same announcer, without the glass moving, they say to the optimist, the glass is half full. Glass don't move, but you be like, God damn, that's right, that glass do look half full. The point I'm trying to make is your life is similar in the same way. The perspective that you have on your life changes everything. See, you could talk about as a young black male how bad it is because you letting other people get in your ear and rent space in your ear and tell you what you about. You don't let nobody tell you who the fuck you are. There's something called self-esteem. You know what that means? That means you have confidence in your damn self. You know why? Because you are the only constant in your life. This is real shit. From the age of 0 to where you are right now, there ain't been but one motherfucking person, not your mama, not your grandmama, not your girlfriend, not the motherfucker that you met, not the haters, not anybody else in your life that's been there every single motherfucking moment of your life but you. But yet these motherfuckers come in and tell you more about yourself and you start believing them, and it's like you start discrediting yourself. You've been there all along. You've been there when you used to pee in the bed. You've been there when you got beat up by some girl or some shit on the playground at noontime at school. You've been there. You've seen every motherfucking thing, but you've seen your wins too. You've seen when you came up out of nothing. So the only authority that you should have over you besides, let's say, God, is you. You're the only motherfucker that's been there 100% of your life. So how do all these other motherfuckers get credibility to go in and start saying shit about you? And you start believing them. And you start having an attitude. Well, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm a something from nothing type, so what I tell you is the truth. Yeah, I ain't got shit to lose no more. Trust me when I say it. I ain't got shit to lose no more. But one of the stories that taught me a lot about your glass being half full is that I was at the radio station, at the small station up in Riverside, and I remember a DJ who's no longer with us. His name is Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear had a guest one day, and it was late night, probably around maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and his guest came in, and it was this dude named Sugar Ray. And back then, we was kicking up dust, just some niggas going buck wild with all the music, playing the real shit. Sugar Ray came in, and Sugar Ray was like, okay, I want to be on your Pump and the Dumper show. When they rate your show and shit, and we say, okay, we're going to let the audience hear it, and the audience will spit shit out. If they don't like it, back then, they were like, fuck, with some garbage, and throw that shit right out. Answer the line, they say, we going to dump that shit. That shit is weak, whack, whatever. West Coast, But then, Sugar Ray was just smiling from ear to ear. I was like, damn, what's wrong with? Hey, dude, what's up? What's up? Dude just kept smiling from ear to ear. And then he told me a story. He said, man, I was because I was like really feeling depressed and bad about my life because I figured, you know what? Damn, at 24, 25, I didn't accomplish shit. Not the shit that I wanted. And Sugar Ray said, he's the same age as me. But he had been in prison in Chino for 10 years. I was like, 10 years? Damn, what time you going there? It's 15 years old? He said, yeah, I went in when I was 15. And he told me how, every single day, what they would do is, they have a little bit of room and they'd go out every day and come right back. Go out every day and come right back. Go out every day and come right back. I couldn't see 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. 10 years of this shit. It would drive me fucking crazy. So anyway, what he told me was how while he was in jail, a lot of the black inmates used to tune in to our radio station. And it only came on Sundays, but it was this raw and black, and he said, but they would all be right there just listening in and saying, well, damn. And that's how they found out about what's really going on outside of them prison walls. He said, as a matter of fact, a lot of them prisoners used to actually tape the show and pass the tapes around the prison. And I didn't know this, but he told me this. Our shows were circulating around the prisons all over the country. And I was like, well, damn. He said, man, I used to listen to your Black Awareness talk show, and he was just rattling off all kind of facts. And like that motherfucker watching the news every day. I was like, well, damn, we must be saying some shit on radio. But I didn't think about it from the perspective of somebody who's in prison and can't go nowhere but just listen to this radio station every damn day. Anyway, he used to always make a commitment to himself because he was a boxer too. He'd say, man, I'm going to learn how to box and shit and whatever. And he was a boxer. He was a good ass boxer. And plus he was a singer. So he said, man, one day I'm going to be on that radio station. I'm going to be on that radio station, KCR. He tell his friends all the time. And we was thinking like, but we just a small ass station. But I realized why he was so fucking happy. He smiling at me, then like a stalker. I was like, bruh, you alright? But what he had accomplished was his beat. It was his dream to be on that station with us, talking about his song that he produced, and it was being reviewed by the audience, and that was his dream, even though it wasn't a big dream. But he told me about the days when he got out of prison. When he first got out of prison, he was in the back seat of his car. And again, I was feeling sorry about myself because I was looking at my glass. It's half empty because I didn't accomplish much. I was like, damn, nigga, what you do in prison for 10 years? What you do for sex? What you do for, you miss all the hip hop? You couldn't go to no show. You couldn't wear none of these shoes. You couldn't do none of this shit. What? I couldn't imagine. Just imagine a big ass blank in your life and you just weren't there for it. You was going in and out of a damn prison cell every fucking day. But anyway, he told me that when he got out his car, when he got in his car, I think his mom or somebody was driving him home. He got out the prison walls there, the prison's compound, he was in the back seat and he was like, a cow! They drove past this green area and they had some cows out there. He was like, a cow! And he started giggling and hollering, a street light! And I was like, damn! Motherfucker, what they put you through? And he was pointing out common everyday shit that I take for granted every motherfucking day of my life. And I'm thinking like, damn. He's like, but you know, I didn't get to see none of that for 10 years. And I started thinking about, damn, time is a motherfucker if you don't do shit with it. Imagine somebody just snatching your motherfucking life away and you didn't do shit with it. And I started thinking about, well, damn, I got in trouble when I was about 15 around the same time as him. But I took a different road. So maybe my glass ain't half empty. Maybe I'm taking some things for granted. And maybe we do this every day. Because if you're a young black male, imagine if you was not in prison, but you was a slave. Back then, slaves couldn't do shit with their life. And if they saw what the fuck you was doing with your motherfucking time when you have the opportunity, they'd probably roll over in their fucking grave. They'd probably feel like, damn, if I had the opportunity that you had, what would I do with my motherfucking time? If I was a young black male and I could do all the shit that you could do, what the fuck would I do with my motherfucking time? Maybe we bullshit towards our beat. Trying to get from A to B and the things that you say you want to do. Maybe you ain't doing it because you bullshitting, standing there looking at your glass half empty and saying what's wrong with it all the fucking time. But I'm sure a slave would trade places with your ashy ass anyway. Just like Sugar Ray would have traded places with me while I was busy feeling sorry for myself. I had a change of attitude and I started looking at my glass as half full. But it ain't full yet. So what else can I do? What else more can I accomplish? And that's some shit when you change your attitude, shit start happening different for you. Because after that, I went on to accomplish some of my goals. Got my master's in college. I went on and took on, fatherhood of my son. I went on and did other shit when I changed my attitude. It's some real shit. I mean, I left hip hop, and when I left hip hop, I was like, fuck hip hop and everybody worked there. Even though I helped create that shit. Because it was a young voice of black male, but when it started saying some other shit, talking about everybody's a gangster and this and that, and I'm like, motherfucker, you let these white boys get you twisted and shit, and these white radio stations and these media, they looking for a fight anywhere they can, and they blow that shit up big time like they blowing up the Tea Party now. They just blow that shit up to make them look good and shit. Or make you look bad. And you eat that shit up. But shit, you come a long motherfucking way, black people. You in the heart of the most hardcore nation in the world. We are a world power. And we still talking shit. I mean, we took the worst blows from any damn body in any country. Even the Africans over in Africa can't claim the shit that we did. Because the Africans can say, you know what, we didn't go through slavery. You didn't go through that shit we did. We went through it here. Right here, my nigga. Right here. Little Cat Williams for you. But we went through the hardest shit and we still standing strong. That means we done took the worst motherfucking beatings and still got a motherfucking attitude. Now what you gonna do with it? Is your glass half full or half empty, nigga? I challenge you to do some shit with your motherfucking life. And be the best. Don't even strive to be the first black. Fuck being the first black. If it was a marathon and shit, and you ran a motherfucking marathon and there was 134 people before the first black went through, you ain't the first motherfucker to cross that fucking finish line. Nigga, go for the best. Be the best. Be the motherfucking best. Oprah Winfrey the fucking best. Michael Jackson the motherfucking best. They were trying to be the first black. Michael Jordan the fucking best. Be the fucking best. What you gonna do with your life, bro? Really? What's your attitude? How are you looking at your glass?